So I really like here. I really want the first two countries to both be good. So yeah, so we got Finland. We got a good Finland, so that's great. We can continue. Finland and Norway are the fast ones. Japan and Germany are the slow ones. Sardinia is the medium one. And yeah, basically the RNG matters way more than your actual driving ability. So this game is pretty much just a lottery. It's a lottery with driving in between. That's what this speed game is. Yeah. It's a thing. It's been a fun little thing. So everyone before me has not really done any of the, I call it RNG manipulation. What all I really mean is, if I get a bad championship, I quit out of it and try again. I believe I'm the only person that's really optimizing that. I've tried to figure out like exactly how good does a championship need to be for you to reset on it, and tried to really optimize that, and that has allowed me to get significantly faster times than the other people. That's why I have 5 out of 6. Well, 2 of them are unverified right now, but I have 5 out of 6 of the career world records. This is the 6th one. Surely it kind of evens out. So yes, in theory it does, but it's just so major that I guess the answer thing is that the reason why it doesn't really even out is because there's actually very few of the dice rolls. Like what to just simplify things a bit, the most important RNG rolls are the second country of each championship, because that's the one that I just have no control over, basically. So that means there's only, over a 2.5 hour run, there's only really 5 coin flips, and that's what I talk about it in terms. There's basically 5 coin flips, and it's how many of those coin flips do you win? And the answer is it's like my run earlier that missed world record by 1 minute failed 4 out of 5 of those coin flips, and the one I passed was the very first one because I reset until I got it, which is what I'm trying to do right now. So because there isn't like tons and tons of small lotteries, there's just a small amount of very important lotteries, so it kind of doesn't average out. Like it kind of can, and of course the other thing is, if enough people ran this, eventually someone would have a run that, like, you know, wins every coin flip, and then that run would be like unbeatable unless you also got every coin flip. Yeah, so I was pretty tilted earlier on. It's pretty rough, and yeah, for me this is just like a for fun thing. Like, I'm running this game because I like the game, I like driving in the game, and this is a good excuse to play it more. I would never grind for hundreds of hours of trying to optimize this game. I think that would be pretty insane. This game has some mod support. I haven't looked into it, but I think that something I might look into and maybe speak to some other players about is, what if we had a separate category of a modded version of the game where there was no randomness? I think that would actually be much more interesting. If we just created fixed championships for the whole game, and then we could run on those categories, I think that would actually be much more interesting, because this game is actually really technical. Like, it's actually a really hard rally game, and it's really fun to try and master. Like, a lot of people run ILs, like the individual tracks, where obviously there is no randomness. That is and so I think that you could take out all the randomness of the game and just have it be, you know, you just have to play through every track once. To me, that sounds really interesting. I would be interested in running that. But we'd probably need to mod the game. But you know, that's not unheard of. That seems something that we could plausibly do. So I'll probably look into that after this. But for now, this is just my pet project of like statistics, because the part that isn't the coin flip, so the very first country of each championship, because you can just quit out if it's not good. The interesting question is, how good is not good enough? And that turns out to be a very complicated question, and I quite enjoy that that is complicated. Yeah, a consistent, yeah. Like, I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it became much more popular than running these, by running the vanilla version, because the vanilla version is so random. Yeah, because like hardly anybody runs this game. Like one of the career modes, the shortest one, has like 4 runners, but pretty much there's only 2 people who run the career mode other than me, and one of them is just the mod of the board who just did a run of each one just for funsies. So there's pretty much only one other actual runner, and I don't think it's fully done. Like, he does know that the game's very RNG, but I think that if we try to compete too much, will be quite unfun for both of us pretty quickly. But maybe it's a complete catastrophe, taking away luck from a bunch of gambling addicts. Well, that's the thing, is I don't think we're gambling addicts yet. This is Lampy. This is the 5th slowest Finland track, which is a shame, but it's fine. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what categories are for, right? Different categories to different people. Like, there'll always be some people who would want to run the actual vanilla game because it's the actual game. It's not. There's always an aversion to running a modded version of the game because it's not the actual game. There we go. And it's worth saying that, like, this. The careers just get more RNG as you go because they get longer, and in particular there's more multi-stage ones. The multi-stage, so for example with Group 2, which is the shortest category in the game, there's only one multi-stage like year, and so you could just do that first, and then if you get unlucky just reset, and that way you can basically always guarantee that you don't have any of the bad coin flips because there's only one, and then you can just manipulate the rest. So there's, but when I say manipulate, I mean like retiring. So there's still luck, but most of the luck is actually in how many attempts it takes for you to get a good championship when you're resetting for them. And that's way less of nowhere near as impactful as, say, in this category where every single year is multi-stage. Yeah, and it's also a lot shorter. It's about 50 minutes, the first career, so it's a lot more grindable if you wanted to grind out the RNG. This 2.5 hour category is pretty brutal. So yeah, I mean, like, Art of Rally is just a great example of, like, you know, every speed game is different, and like, you know, having the championships be random like completely changes the nature of the speedrun, even if it doesn't change the casual experience that much. So yeah, if you are a gambling addict, it's a great speed game. I mean, there are more random speed, because the thing is, this game is extremely random, but there is, like, you have to drive, and the driving does matter. Like, it doesn't matter as much as the luck, but it still matters quite a bit. If you're bad at the game, you will lose minutes over that. Nice, fastest track in the game. Yeah, right, it's kind of comparable to Minecraft in a way, but it's a lot longer, and also the RNG is more impactful. Like, you genuinely could be quite bad at Art of Rally and still get a world record just from being lucky, whereas that's just not true in Minecraft. Like, it is... that was bad. I know this track really well, so I shouldn't have crashed there. Like, luck plays a big role at the high level, but You need to be really good at the game to stand a chance. And to be honest, a lot of speedruns, like Minecraft gets a bad rep for being random, and it is quite random, but there's a lot of speed games become quite random at the highest level, just because there's this natural thing that happens in speedruns where, you know, the absolute best players are just so good at the game, like their execution's so perfect that the difference in execution between, you know, the first and second best player might be just a couple of seconds, but even if there's very low amounts of RNG in the run, if there's just 10 seconds of, say, RNG, suddenly that actually matters way more than the execution at the highest level because everyone's so close. Like the Dark Souls games are actually a lot like that. Like Sekiro, which Sekiro is one of my other speed games that I'm most familiar with. That is the running at the absolute highest level is actually very RNG, just because it's kind of Norway. That's pretty good. This is not the fastest Norway, but this is good. This is good. This is really good. We got the best countries. That's a 1 in 4. So that's really nice. Oh yeah, obviously part of the reason why Minecraft's such a big speed game is because it's so big. That's obviously a natural thing to happen. But it is an interesting speed game as well. I find it interesting because of how fast you can do it. Like, I think that, when they first introduced being able to beat the Ender Dragon, I actually did it casually. I went and beat the game, and obviously it took me like tens of hours or whatever. And if you asked me like, what do you think the fastest you could possibly do this is from a new fresh so far, I would not have said 15 minutes. Like, it is really crazy how fast you can beat the game, and I think that's the interesting thing for me with Minecraft, is just how fast you can do it. There's very few speed games where there is basically no RNG. There are games that have basically no RNG, but not many. Yeah. Yeah, and often that's a thing that's often overlooked, is the routing the routing and theory crafting of games is a big reason why a lot of people really like speed games. Like, there's certain kinds of people will say things like, why does Pokemon have such a big speed game following? It's a terrible speed game because there's very little execution, kind of relatively. Obviously there is quite a lot of execution in Pokemon, but, you know, arguably less than the games. And there's huge amounts of RNG. Like, the RNG is clearly a bigger component than execution. Like, people who have like world record Pokemon speedruns are usually because they've just done hundreds, if not thousands, of runs to get the RNG they need. Obviously you get good at the game during that time, but it's mainly the RNG. It's not that, you know, after 1,000 runs they were finally good enough execution wise. But the thing is, the reason why people love Pokemon games is because the routing is extremely interesting. Like, what Pokemon should you use? You know, everything is routed out down to the finest detail. Oh, okay, that was kind of bad. I should have braked more. I always forget that jump is a nightmare. I literally, like on my previous attempt, did the exact same thing. Yeah, but yeah, routing is really interesting. Like, you know, because they route out literally every single move usage. And you need to actually beat the game, because what they're trying to do when they beat the game, like, with the minimum amount of XP is really difficult. And it's interesting, Pokemon is interesting because generally in most Pokemon games, it's not the fastest to beat the game with the minimum amount of XP. Like, it's faster to take intentional trainers that are optional, because getting that XP in the long run is faster. Stuff like that proves just how perfectly it's figured all out. So I really like Pokemon speed games. I don't run them myself, but I do appreciate them for that. Okay, so now for the this is the slow Norway track. So unfortunately we got the slowest Norway track. So that's like, you know, this is like a minor time loss, but this track is actually not that slow because it's very high speed, and this car actually handles it very well. This car is really good at high speed stuff. It's bad at elevation stuff, in my experience anyway. Because it just goes so fast in a straight line. If it's hilly, it just bounces all over the place. We do want to stay off the ice because there can actually be like a bit of a curb, and it can flip your car over. And it's kind of random. Oh my god, that was bad. Just oversteered really badly. It's okay. I'm gonna brake for that jump. I probably didn't need to, but it was kind of sketchy. Sunset's in my eyes a little bit here, but oh yeah, I didn't want my front tyres off the edge there. But it kind of worked out because I was kind of ready for it. Yeah, see, like the sections like this, like 100-mile-an-hour corners, like this car's so good at. Just tap the brake here. Yeah, my car didn't like that jump, so it was a good thing I tapped the brake. Done that before. I thought I could get around that. That was just a little bit over enthusiastic. I believe that's the end. Yep, cool. Yeah, so not even 3 minutes, and that's the longest Norway track. That's how good Norway is. Okay, we got snow, so it's the fact that it's actually snowing lowers my grip substantially, just the way the game works. So I'll be going it much slower. Brake too late there. Way too late. Just want to brake like nice and early on every corner. Braking late loses a lot of time. Braking early hardly loses any time. So anytime you're in the snow or the rain, you just want to brake really early. Just make sure you're hitting that line. Ooh. Yeah, I was in a slide there because I was just going a little bit too fast. No, the spectators are supposed to get out of the way. Sometimes they fail, but nothing really happens. Yeah, you see like there, like sometimes you just drift through them and they totally failed to get out of the way, so that was at least 10 casualties, I'd say there. Okay, a nice night track to finish us off. Okay, so... Dot. What we need now is... So the next part of the run is going to be the big deciding point. So I'm going to be retiring out of championships until I get a good one. But then after that, we need a good one. If I don't get a good one, then I'm just going to reset, which is a bit a shame. Hello, BZ, or however you want your name to be pronounced that I don't know. BZH Loots GS. I feel like I should come up with a acronym for your name. If I recall, I think this track's pretty chill, so we can just basically full throttle through this. Shouldn't be any nasty surprises. This hill here is a little bit sketchy, so brake a little bit more than you'd expect. Do need to brake a little bit there. Nice, that was very solid. Okay, so as you can see, because we got the good RNG, we're decently ahead now. Germany, this is actually an incredibly good Germany. It's almost worth considering, but it's not. Sardinia, no, that's bad. Sardinia. Nope. Wow, that's not a good Germany at all. I know, fantastic Norway. Like pretty, yep, great Norway. So we're going to do these 3 tracks, and then the deciding moment for this run will be, what are the next 3 tracks? If they're bad, i.e. it's like kind of a Japan or a Germany, then we will be resetting on this run, which would be a real shame. But if we get anything better than that, then we will continue. So it's about a 50-50. And then after that, if I've done my maths right, we should be basically guaranteed world record on this run. That's the reason why I'm doing these in kind of a weird order. I'm just trying to get certain things out of the way, and if I get them out of the way, then it should mean I don't need to worry about the randomness later in the run, because that's the problem that I've been having, is that, you know, once I get an hour and a half, 2 hours into the run, all the bad RNG comes out, and you know that's too late to reset over. So that's why I'm doing it in kind of a weird order. Oh my god, that was way too close. I literally have done that previously on this exact same track with this exact same tree. Did it earlier today. Yeah, this is some really nice Norway tracks. Like, this is also a fast Norway track. We've not got snow either, so this is fast. In fact, It might be so fast that we might just want to, like, just not reset. I mean, we'll see. It depends what kind of pace we're on, so... I want to basically be 5 minutes ahead of that second split, so I want to finish the second championship in under 38 minutes. Which should be easy at this point, honestly. These corners are a lot sketchier than they look, so I'm just a little bit over braking. Going off the road is super dangerous. This also section coming up is also very dangerous because we're going so fast and we're going up and down. So we just jump on those brakes a little bit early. This is also sketchy because it's such a big hill. I actually went airborne there. Ooh. Okay, yeah, decently handled, yeah. Nice. Good track. Good. Right, after this track is the big dice roll. Well, not like the big dice. It's actually a mini dice roll, but it's gonna set the tone for the run quite a bit. Because we'll either be like, yep, this run's world record. If we get good luck, top 50% luck, so win the coin flip. If we don't win the coin flip, then I did say I was gonna reset. But considering the pace has been quite exceptional, and particularly this Norway, I might continue. I'll try and evaluate, because like I say, I think the goal is to be 5 minutes ahead. I think that could be doable, like with a Germany or a Japan, depending on its look. And if it is, it probably makes sense not to reset. I mean, or I could just get Finland next, and then my life is really easy, and life is great. Oh god! I missed the exit, just get through. Okay, that's kind of bad. Okay, here we go. Come on, Finland or Sardinia? Oh. Okay, so we want to finish in 9 minutes. This is... I think Nasi's kind of fast, but this isn't, so... it's gonna be really borderline. Yeah, this is not a great Japan, and it's Japan, so I'd said I was gonna reset if I saw this. I'll see how fast I can get through this first track. If I can get through it fast enough, then it might be okay. Just. This track looks like it might be reasonably fast. Going at it quite aggressively because I really want to prove that this isn't reset worthy. Because the other two tracks are Nassau Highland, and I think Nassau Highland is not that bad. So we got the bridge, which is kind of scary, so just take it nice and easy. And then we've got these two 180-degree corners, which are fairly challenging, but there we go. Yeah, that's a solid time. Maybe this is good enough. Yeah, because we've got okay, so how fast is Mount Akagi? So we've got 6 minutes and 20 seconds. That sounds doable. That sounds doable. Because this track's probably about 3 minutes. Hopefully it's not longer than. It might be longer than 3 minutes. That would scare me. I know it's not the longest track. I don't want it to be all switchbacky like this. I want it to be nice and high speed, otherwise it's going to take forever. I just can't remember. I don't know the Japan tracks that well. I think we're pretty much committed at this point. It's not great. It's not what I wanted to see. You know, Sardinia would put us 6 to 7 minutes ahead. Finland would have put us 8 to 9. Ugh, this looks like it's going to be more than 3 minutes. It's clearing up though a bit of it. This might be quite high speed. I'm really concentrating now because I care so much about this individual track. Yeah, that overbraking was very much warranted because of how unstable my car landed. I needed that. Okay, go around here. Okay, 3:20, so we got 3 minutes. Get through the menus. I think this is just going to be just shy because the loading times are too long. No, go, 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 go. Yeah, because this is like 2:40, so we're going to finish the track in just under 38, but then we'll have to go through all the menus. So get off the grass. Whoa. That was fairly good though, that was fairly good. That was a bit of a dangerous cut, but it worked out incredibly well. It's been a very solid mountain. Forgotten the name of the track. Asama Mountain, I think. Let's get through this slalom. Nice. Very solid. Hopefully, can we get sub 28? It's going to be close. I think we're not going to get it because my god are these slow. This text appearing. You totally forget how slow it is. It's so slow. It's like 10 seconds. Okay, 5 minutes ahead. That's what I said we needed. And we got it. We're no longer 5 minutes ahead because of that, but... Sardinia... No, 2 slow tracks. We need all fast tracks. Great. Solid Norway, all sunsets. That means no fog, no snow. Let's go. After these 3 tracks will be another mini coin flip. And then we'll hope, but at this point the plan is that I don't need to win any of them. That's the idea. So even if we get Germany and Japan, shouldn't be a problem. Yes, because we gained 20 seconds on that last split despite getting Japan. Yeah, that hill completely threw us into the air and off the track. An invisible hill. That's the thing about the top-down camera. Hills are just invisible practically. You just can't see when the track undulates. So you just have to memorize it. it a little bit easy, but that's fine. Cool. The only thing I'm worried about now is there's a really big coin flip right near the end of the run. The thing is, you're 75% chance to win that coin flip, but if you don't win it, you lose minutes, and it's just like, come on, like, you know, a 75% chance, you'd think, surely, like, I'll get it, and I always never get it. So, fingers crossed if we get it in this run. If we do, this will be a substantial record. I mean, just to be clear, if we get average luck throughout this run, we will record by miles. So far, every single Group A run has lost every single coin flip in every year apart from the very first one, which I always reset over. So far this run is following the exact same trend. I reset over the first coin flip, so I got it. Didn't get the second though. Are we gonna break the curse and win a coin flip? We've got a 50-50 coin flip coming up, a 2/3 coin flip, and then a 75% coin flip, basically. What, almost menued completely wrongly then? Whoa, that was some crazy elevation that I couldn't see there. Made the car behave so strange. Yeah, there was clearly a dip because my car just suddenly gained like 20 times more traction than normal. It's obviously being forced into the ground. Oh my god. That was very scary. Whoa, 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 whoa. Again, another dip in the road that I couldn't see. It certainly made the car oversteer very aggressively. Something hit the car as I went off the ramp there, but luckily it didn't destabilize it. Nice solid. Ended up being quite solid. Okay, coin flip time. Hey, we actually won it. Yeah, this is a pretty average Sardinia. Maybe even, it's not got the best track, but it doesn't have the worst or second worst track. So yeah, pretty average. And Sardinia is way better than Japan or Germany, so this is overall above average. So we totally won a coin flip. Holy shit, curse is broken. So this alone should just be enough of a buffer that we can lock in the record now. Yeah. Hey Flap, you're back. Yeah, we did it. We won a coin flip. We got the heads. Yeah, we failed the coin flip with Japan in 1992, but we had such a good Norway. I carried on, but and yeah, we've just got a Norway into Sardinia, which is great. That's what you like to see. So just to put in perspective how much better this run is, so we've had 0 Germanys and 1 Japan, and then we'll only have. We only have 2 cups left, so in theory we could still get 2 of each, which would mean it would be 5 Japan or Germany. So worst possible luck is 5. And remember, the previous run got 6, so you can kind of see that, like, you know, we've escaped worst possible RNG zone. So everything from now on should just be gravy. So we've got 2 big. So we've got 1995 is a 3-parter. So there's quite a lot of variance there. What we're going to do is we're going to manipulate as usual for Finland and Norway. So that'll be the first ones. That means there's 2 ones we can't control. So there's basically 3 outcomes. One is perfect luck, which is the 1 in 6, which is we get Finland, Norway, Sardinia, the 3 fastest countries, 1 in 6. And then the 1 in 6 bad luck is we get Finland or Norway, because we manipulate for them, and then Germany and Japan, which is what we got in our previous run, which is what the thing I complained about for ages, that we got the 1 in 6 worst luck. So there's a third of a chance we get one of the 2 extremes. You either get the best or the worst. Both of which are substantially slower or substantially faster than the average. That was fun. Sardinia is so chill, man. Like, you can just have such a good time just playing in Sardinia. Like, Norway and Finland are actually really challenging. I have to concentrate a lot more. But 2/3 of the time, we will get something in the middle. So we'll get 1 Germany or Japan, and 1 Norway, Finland or Sardinia after the first one, and that's fine. That's like absolutely fine. Like, I would consider that winning the coin flip. So there's a 5 out of 6 chance to get that. So hopefully we get that. Because that's a 5 out of 6. You would hope that can't be that difficult. If we got that, that would save 2.5 minutes. So if we get that, best possible luck would save another 2.5 minutes. So yeah, there's basically 2.5 minutes either way. Best luck is best luck. Medium luck is 2.5 minutes slower. Worst luck is 5 minutes slower. And then on the final one, because you get 4 out of 5 countries, in a way it's not very high variance unless you don't get both Norway and Finland. If you don't get both Norway and Finland, then that is like a... Basically it's the same thing again, where there's a 1 in 4 chance you lose 5 minutes compared with best luck. Yeah, I'm not really respecting the rain right now. That was kind of bad. Yeah, so 1 in 4 chance you lose 5 minutes, and then 2, and then yes, So you have a 50% chance of like best luck basically, because best luck is either you never get Japan or you never get Germany, which is there's a 50% chance in one of those two. So 50% chance of best luck. There's a quarter chance of medium luck where you don't get Sardinia, and that is 2.5 minute time loss. And then worst luck is 1/4 chance of don't get Finland or Norway, which loses 5 minutes. So basically, the last two coin flips are pretty weighted in our favour. It's an 83% chance and then a 75% chance to get not the worst. So there's a genuinely more than 50% chance we will get both of them. Quite substantially more than 50% chance we get both of them in our favour. Of course, we might get medium luck on both, but that's still fine. That would save 5 minutes in total. So we'd be like so it's worth knowing that my PB gets, I think, medium luck on the last cup. So that's why. So worst possible RNG from now on, we should world record by 2.5 minutes. And then every 2.5 minute time save after that is just gravy. Yeah, so we could save another 10 minutes. That's the best possible luck. So yeah, anything between we should be minus. Yeah, I'm trying to do maths here, but something like best possible luck is we go 15 minutes under PB. Worst possible luck is 2.5 minutes under PB. I think that's roughly it. Obviously, pending driving. Finland, but it's got a slow track, so we're not going to take it. That's just barely not good enough to take. It's the exact same. It's got a lamp here as well. Sardinia, but it's 3 slow tracks. We need to not have any of those. Sardinia, but yeah, we've got some slow tracks there, so that's not good enough. Norway, yeah, we always take Norway. So, when we've got a 5-track, when we're doing 5-track cups, when you're resetting in a run like this, I did some calculations, and in previous runs I wouldn't have taken this. Like last week, if I was doing this category, I wouldn't have taken that because this has the slowest Norway track in it. However, I did some calculations, and it turns out that you actually lose time if you do that, because basically you're very likely to get slow tracks when there's 5 tracks. There's so many tracks in the championship. So retiring whenever you don't get the fastest, when you get the slowest track, just means you need to retire a lot of times. And that overall, you may as well have just done the slowest track, because this slower track loses 40 seconds, something like that. Which is about how long it takes to do 4 retires. And on average, we wouldn't get a faster championship than that in 4 retires. So you may as well just do it. So it's a kind of a minor change, but I think that it's like it makes quite a bit of a difference, because in some previous runs I was in like really crazy long retire loops where I was retiring like 15 times in a row, and it's because I wasn't like my strategy was a bit off in that way. So obviously it's kind of a shame, I've lost 40 seconds because of that, but that's actually not very unlucky. If you're doing 5 tracks, remember there's only 6 tracks you can pick from, there's about a 70% chance that you'll get the slowest track. So you need top 30% luck to get a Norway that doesn't have its slowest track. So, if you get it, it's a nice like 40-second time save. But We really don't need it. We have got a snow track coming up after this as well, but this isn't. Luckily, this isn't it. Obviously, if we do get snow, we want it on the slower track, so it makes less difference. Again, snow's not a big deal. Like slows you down by about 10%, assuming that you drive well. It mainly just makes it harder to drive well. So it's a bit more challenging, but you know, if it's a 2-minute track, snow might make you 2 minutes 20. So, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge deal. It's not worth retiring over, and well, I mean, in theory it could be, but it would be. It's not worth thinking about. Yeah, so we've done this track a couple of times today actually on the ice lake. So I'm getting kind of used to it. This car's really good for it, but I do need... A couple of times I've just been a little bit too aggressive and fallen off the snow, and that's... It loses more time than you think. So I just want to take it a little bit more carefully than I have in the past. Yeah, you see that my front tire just barely dipped off the snow, and it just like totally almost spun the car out. Luckily not quite, but sometimes it's fine to dip a tire off the snow, but sometimes it is very not fine. And it's, oh, you see like there, it didn't matter, we got lucky, but it's just sometimes the snow is a lot higher up than the ice, and that's when it'll screw you. I was a bit close there with my front tyre, but that's fine. Ooh. Overcooked that slightly, but recovered. As you can see, not that slow of a track at all, 240. In fact, that's only 30 or 40 seconds slower than a normal Norway track. So this one's going to also be a little bit slow because of the snow. And I don't think I'm as familiar with this track, so I'm just going to be nice and easy. Really gentle on the accelerator throughout all of this. Trying to avoid any unnecessary crashing. Okay, so this is a much bigger ramp than normal. Yeah, I remember that one that time. But it wasn't that big of a deal because I was going so slow because of snow anyway. That's one nice thing about snow, is if you have some extreme elevation like we just went through there, it's not as impactful because you're just going so much slower. Which is a nice upside. We just ignore that jump basically and just power straight through it. Yeah, sub 2 on the snow. So very much take that. So we got fog now. Fog in Norway is pretty scary. Probably even scarier than snow. So this is going to be a little bit scary. Because basically it's fine until you're traveling towards the sun like this, and then suddenly everything goes white. I think I might have done this track in the fog earlier today, because I think I have the exact same track, and I really struggled. So I'm going to try and take it cautiously, because there was a couple of times I over-accelerated around corners because I couldn't see them. So far so good. Yeah, like that corner I remember struggling to see around that one. We're about halfway. Yeah, I slightly over-braked on that previous corner. So far this has gone pretty okay though. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I'm just going to recover. Reversing the car would just take ages. Because that like really duped me, just because it looked like it was a straight jump and it suddenly twisted to the right, but it was too late. I think I made the exact same mistake the last time I did this in the fog. Kind of a bit unfair, because when you have a jump you want to be able to see ahead, like, okay, like, can I full accelerate this or not, based on what's coming up. So that's where fog is pretty unfair. Right there, braked a tiny bit late, but not really a time loss. Okay, that was okay. That's okay. We got through it. Now we're just doing a fairly quick track in the sunset. Yep, and we are 7 minutes ahead now, so I think that's fantastic. We should pull this out. We definitely could lose a significant amount of time on the last split, but we might also not. So, and also by doing 1996 last, that means that I don't need to quit out of the game to avoid the credits, because the credits won't be a problem anymore because the run will be over. So that's a nice benefit of doing that as well, so that'll save us maybe like 20 to 30 seconds. That's like a nice pickup. Whoa! When did my car just do a barrel roll? Yeah, so I was like, you know, generally when you're playing this game, you're not actually looking at your car, you're looking at the road ahead. You kind of let your peripheral vision keep track of the car, and you're just planning for the roads ahead. And so yeah, that was a good example of that. I was just focusing on where I need to go, and then suddenly I noticed my car was upside down. It's like, what even happened? I'm pretty sure I've had that happen on this exact track before. I still don't know what happened. I could probably look back. You know, if you were looking at the car, even you guys might have even realised. Still sub 2 though, so some pretty solid times. Alright, so here we go. If we get Finland, that is just insanely good. That's like super good. But it's pretty unlikely. Okay, so we got a Japan, and it looks like a pretty average Japan. Pretty average Japan. So that is, you know, that's That's not great. Like, so it was, we could have got Finland, Sardinia, Germany, or Japan, and we got one of the worst of those. So in a way, we lost the coin flip. However, we haven't lost the coin flip yet, and that's because the thing is, there's still a third one, and by getting Japan now, it rules out Japan later. So it's kind of unfair to look at this country in isolation. So we want to look at what we get next. So now the next choices are Finland, Sardinia, or Germany, and 2 out of 3 of those are good. So, you know, like if we get Finland, hell yeah, this is above average. If we got Sardinia, it's okay. It's okay. That's okay. That's like, you know, not the worst luck. Better than my PB. If we get Germany, then we got the 1 in 6 worst luck yet again for the 3rd time, which would suck totally, obviously, but we don't need it, and you know, like I say, at this point, everything is gravy. So yeah, it's a so now that we got the bad luck of getting Japan, it's now a straight 1 in 3. There's a 1 in 3 we get Finland. There's a 1 in 3 we get Sardinia, which is a 2.5 minute time loss, and there's a 1 in 3 that we get Germany, which is a 5 minute time loss. Now my PB gets Germany, so really it's the other way around, where like Germany I would gain and lose nothing, and the others would save time. But you know. So yeah, I'd very much settle for Sardinia here just to break the curse. Obviously, what we really want to see is Finland. That would make this run actually good if we were to do that. So, and it'd be nice to have a world record which is actually good, rather than good enough. Do this slalom once again. Okay, so this is the slowest Japan track. It's over 3 minutes, decently over 3 minutes. So, but you know, like I say, your 70% chance to get the slowest track. Can't really complain. I would complain if I had 2 of this track, definitely, but we don't have that. Because there's a crest there, just braking really early, just tapped into that concrete and plastic fence. Concrete plastic fence. Just the back end, just drift tapping into that pole. It's quite satisfying. We're not going to YOLO that jump as much as I wanted to. We might have been able to get away with it, but it's just kind of dumb. Okay, let's... Quite a fun uphill climb there. Nearing the end as we pass the 3-minute mark here. I can finally rest in peace. Yeah, 325 to be expected. That's pretty okay. Yeah, the amount of salmon is pretty okay. We've done this a whole bunch of times today already. Well, I was hoping it would just pull away, but it dug in somewhere. And so that's a ripperino. Fences are very finicky. Sometimes you just scrape along them and sometimes they dig in. When they dig in, it's game over. It's got a very good view here. The later parts of this track pick up in speed a little bit, so even though it feels like this might be quite a slow track, we'll once we get off this top of this mountain, we'll be going pretty quick. Oh, that was nice around there. Maintained grip the whole time, so which is not easy to do around a hairpin. It really stuck to its line. Happy with that. A bit wider than I needed to be there. Through the random train signal. Driven through several times today. Full throttle that little jump. And we'll power through to the finish here. And it should be nice and easily under 3 minutes. Yeah. 240 as I thought. And that's with the reset as well, so that's in real time that's like a 246. That was pretty dangerous, but it kind of worked out. Should not have done that then. Oh, we are ploughing through to the end of this Japan. Getting there. I think there's one more after this. Dangerous, but panned out. Okay, slightly above average one there, but that's okay. And then there should be a slightly quicker one. Doing some hand stretches as we go. Okay, pretty quick Japan track. Right, here we go. Huge coin flip. 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 0 minutes. 1/3 each way. What do we got? Yes, we saved 5 minutes. So we got so over this cup overall, it's slightly above average RNG. But the only thing that would be better is if we switched out the Japan for Sardinia. So if we'd gotten perfect 1 out of 6 luck, we'd be 2.5 minutes faster than this. So we're 2.5 minutes off perfect 1 in 6 luck, which is more than good enough, because worse luck loses 7.5 minutes over best. So this is, yeah. So we've basically saved 5 out of a total of 7.5 minutes of time save. Which is fantastic. That is above average, and to get above average luck in this run, 1 hour and 20 minutes in, hell yeah. That was a really big deal. This run is now good. This run is not just good enough, it is now good. there is still a 5-minute swing in the final cup, so there's one big RNG, but it's 5 minutes, whereas it was 7.5 in this, and we did well here. So yeah, so there's a 50% chance we get best luck in the final cup, which would save. Yep, that would be the 50, and then there's 25% chance we get the. We only get 2.5. Worst luck loses is nothing, so it's kind of like losing 5. So overall, excellent. Even if we get the 1 in 4 worst luck on the final cup, this will still be a really nice run. And I'll be over the moon if we get anything else. Oh, it'd be so good to get the 50% luck where we don't get Germany and Japan, we just want one of those two. That would make this run like, that would mean it would have got like basically 4 out of 5 the coin flips, and that would just be like, yes, yes. Same track but in reverse. Let's do it. I think, or maybe not. Maybe it's a different track. This is a nice. We're getting. This is some nice Finland tracks as well. These are not just like the worst Finland tracks. You know, I haven't seen Lampy yet. I don't think we've got Lamp. In fact, we might not have Lampy or the 5.3 mile track. I'll have to check. But yeah, this could be a really good Finland as well. Hey Rob. We've broken the curse. We got slightly above average luck in this championship. So yeah, this run overall has been above average luck, which is fantastic. We've got 1 dice roll to go. We can, you know, we can take the worst outcome. We'll still get record. But it'd be nice to get an above average outcome there again. That'd be really nice. Yeah, hey Rob. So yeah, this will be record. There's like 100% chance to record. Unfortunately, I don't have a. Don't click on that link. All 2 viewers of you. Oh, I don't have any mods. I know, I'm just saying. I know that you're smart, Rob. No. My partner just tried to click out of the game and try and troll me massively. That was completely ruined me. This is Art of Rally, a very picturesque, lovely indie rally game. It's very, very chill. It's very pretty. It's very fun. If you like rally, highly recommend it. You should have mods. Yeah, I should have mods, is the answer. I just don't trust anybody, you know? It's like you, Rob. Like, do I trust you? No, I don't. Is it on PS4? I am not sure. I only know of it being on Steam. I might be wrong. I'm not 100%. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever had like a bot, so I feel like this is like a, you know, it's a big moment for me, you know. I wanna have it last. But hello, Nico Dog. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'm not sure. You'd have to Google it to be completely sure. It's called Art of Rally, all lowercase. Made by Fun Selector. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I recently been streaming a lot of Art Rally, but I do a lot of other tracks. Oh, we got Lampy. So this is the fifth lowest track, but it's not. Ooh, Lampy in the rain, my least favorite thing. But not even Lampy in the rain can convince me to be mad with this run. Yeah, I tried to be chill. I'm not always chill, but this run is making me chill because it's good. I jump around. Well, sometimes I don't stream for a really long time. When I do stream, I tend to stream whatever I'm playing. Right now, I'm doing Art Rally. Done a lot of Dust speedrunning. That's how Rob knows me in the past. Whoa. That's Dust and Lizzie and Tail, if you're not familiar, which you probably aren't. It's an indie game that came out in 2014. Whoa, massive oversteer. Yeah, so we're gonna be like minus 10 minutes on this split, which is gonna be not on this split individually. We're gonna, by the end of this split, we'll be 10 minutes ahead, which will be pretty sweet. And then we just got the marathon of the last cup, and then we're done. You started streaming. If your mic doesn't work, you wanna. So you need to try and find out where the problem is. Like, is it OBS isn't picking it up? So like in OBS, when you're talking to the mic, you can see like, you know, the vault things going up and down. If they're not going up and down, like you make sure you've added the right device. Failing that, you want to go into Windows like sound settings and check, like, you know, when you tap the mic, does Windows recognize that it's going up and down? You can even set it so you can hear your own mic in the Windows settings, so you can check. Try and find where the problem is. It might be the device is called something in Windows that you don't expect it to be called. Especially if you've got like a webcam plugged in that might also have a mic, and Windows might get confused about what is what and what mic you want to use and things like that. You just want to step through your devices. If you don't see it on your devices on Windows, then that is kind of a problem. Yeah, very slow Lampy there, but that is Lampy in the rain. It's pretty rough. But now we got a pretty okay track. So. Oh, your mic glitches. Do you mean like it like makes like sporadic loud noises and that kind of thing? That can be caused because microphones generally they're like quite analog devices, so they're very sensitive to like a damaged cable or being knocked or things like that. Yeah, like it's microphones can basically get damaged quite easily. And then they'll just like output like horrible noise, or if you like it's quite common to have like the cable is like damaged, so if you like not wobble the cable, then it creates loads of glitchy noise. So yeah, like especially cheap microphones are definitely problematic like that. That's the reason why people who are getting into streaming quite seriously, the number one thing they'll first invest into is a good mic, because they're very sensitive and it makes a huge difference. A better quality mic sounds like so much better. But I know that obviously if you're just new to it, you don't want to spend the extra money. You want to use what you got lying around. So yeah, then it might be that it's obviously damaged. Like I say, they get damaged quite easily. Like yeah, so it depends. Yeah, see what it says in Windows. If you can see it in Windows, and it's enabled and it looks like it should work, but it never outputs anything, then it might just be bust. You can always try it on a different computer if you can. Like try it on your phone, try it on someone else's computer, try it on a laptop. That's always a good way to like test if it's something wrong with the computer or if it's actually the microphone. If it doesn't work on anything, then it's probably the headset. Okay, here we go. So first we got some resetting to do. Oh crap, yeah. Menuing is hard. Germany, hell no. Germany again. Nope. Okay, the game really wants to give me Germany. You know, it's just got a thing for Germany right now. But luckily, we can manipulate this. 4 in a row. That is disconcerting. Finland. Ah, but we've got a bad track, so this is actually just barely not good enough. Nope. At least we're out of the Germany rut. Nope. This is unlucky now. Should take 2.6 attempts on average to get this to go. Obviously way more than 2.6 now. So this is exceedingly unlucky, but it's fine. Norway, oh, it's a terrible Norway, but we take it. This is about as bad as Norway's can really be. But the thing is about Norway is Norway is very consistent. So even though this is a very bad Norway, it's actually still pretty alright. Like significantly faster than an average Japan or Germany, for example. So we are in the snow though, so we need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, and yeah, it's pretty normal for the microphone and the audio, the microphone of the headset and like the speakers of the headset are like independent systems. So yeah, you can have one break and the other not work. But that's also true for it being on Windows. Like it might be basically Windows considers them to be completely separate devices. It doesn't know that it's one headset. I mean, sometimes it guesses that it's one headset, but in principle it doesn't know. So one could be set up wrong, one could be set up right. Got one follow from my friend. She watched my Minecraft stream. She said it was good. It's always good to have some good feedback. Yeah, and honestly, streaming like for friends is totally the way to start. It's if you want any following, which let's be real, like, you know, if you're streaming, you want somebody to watch. Like, even if your aspirations are 5 viewers, which by the way is not easy to reach. Like, as you can see, I do not have 5 viewers right now. It is, and 4 is above average for me, easily. The best way is to stream things that people you know want to watch. So with me, I'm part of speedrunning communities, like the Dust speedrunning community, and they kind of follow me. But having stuff that like your friends want to watch, like, is a great way to start, because it's a great way to get off the floor. Like, you know, if you or your friends are all streaming together, like, that makes it way more fun than just streaming by yourself to nobody. I have a friend who got, when they first started streaming, they're a teacher, and all of their students would watch him because, well, they were his teacher and he told them about it. I can't remember whether they just found, like, how much whether he was like, hey, students, come watch my stream, or whether, I don't think that's what happened. I think his students just found it. Yeah, I mean, obviously the better gear you've got, the better. Like, I've slowly over the years got a better and better headset, and now I've got a pretty good one. And I didn't get it for streaming, I just got it because I game a lot, and so it's good to have a good headset. But like, this has a very good microphone in it, but it's very expensive. Like, so it helps out with streaming because it sounds pretty alright. It's nowhere near as good as, like, you know, expensive standalone mics, but it does the job and doesn't sound that bad. And it only picks up a little bit of background noise, which is nice because people are always doing stuff around me. If I had just like a standalone mic, it would pick up everything around me. Oh, did we miss the split? Oh, we did miss the split. Oh, that's a shame. I forgot to split on 995. So I don't know how. Did anyone look at how far ahead we are? We're easily more than 7 minutes. Like, easily more. It's entirely up to you, man. Like, the thing is with streaming is, don't stream to try to get people to watch you. That's just like, as in, like, don't, like, stream to have fun, because if you want to get into streaming more, you need to do it, you're going to need to be doing it a lot. So you having fun is by far the most important thing, and that's ultimately all that matters, right, is if you're having fun. So, like, sometimes I stream games that nobody cares about, and I, like, you know, basically nobody watches, but that's kind of fun. And I'm in the snow, I need to take this a lot easier. This is actually going to be annoying. Snow will slow me down quite a bit here. You know, you just gotta stream whatever is fun, and just, you know, you can't guess like what would be more successful anyway, because, you know, you could say like, oh well, a lot of people stream Minecraft, so a lot of people watch Minecraft streams, so maybe more people watch me if I stream Minecraft. But, you know, there's also a lot of Minecraft streams, so why would they watch your stream over someone else's stream? So it kind of goes both ways, so it doesn't really matter. What matters is if you're having fun. And then, yeah, like, getting people to watch you has got more to do with, like, you know, you want to have some kind of community, basically, and whether that might just be your friends. Thanks. It comes with age, you know. When you're an old man like me, you've made all the mistakes of your youth, and you've learned from them. But yeah, every successful streamer kind of became a successful streamer by accident. So, hey, welcome back, Emmeline. Yeah, this is a banging speedrun. This is so much better than the previous run. It's actually, like, this is 100% world recording. There's no way in a million years it's not world recording. I missed my split on 995, but I'm like 9 minutes ahead, something like that. So, maybe even more. So, it's gonna happen. It's happening. Oh, we've got double of the slowest track, both in the snow. Wow. This couldn't be much worse. I mean, it's fine. Like, we will still get through this, but It definitely said snow, but I don't see any snow. I mean, I see snow, but it's not snowing. That's what I mean. Did I misread it? Maybe it isn't snow on this train. Yeah. Yeah, we got one big RNG roll left, which is in the final cup run right now. This championship has 4 out of 5 of the countries, so the best way to think about it is basically there's one country that we're not going to see, and that's what matters, because we obviously want the country we don't see to be a slow one. We have made sure we got Norway to start out, so we've got Norway, that's banked, and now it's just a matter of, do we get Finland, do we get Sardinia? The worst luck is if we never get Finland. Finland is the country we don't get. That'll be about 5 minutes slower if we do that. If Sardinia is the country we don't get, that's okay, and we'll lose about 2.5. If it's Japan or Germany that we skip, then that is lovely. That's the perfect RNG. It's funny you should say that. Well, I mean, like, I don't have a wheel or anything, but I have played quite a lot of Forza. I'm quite into racing games. That's why I played this game. I'm really not into using a wheel though. Like, I know that it's quite big, like streams where people use like these really big simmy setups, but I'm just a controller player and always will be. Even though I'm into like Project Cars, which is like Project Cars 2, which is like pretty hardcore, and it is like objectively probably made for a wheel. Oh, that's no good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do like Forza. I do. Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport. I played both of them quite a lot. Yeah, not recently though. $250, that's pretty decent. Free game recommendations. That's a hard one. There's not. Yeah, because it really depends, because I mean, like, when it comes to free-to-play games are almost always multiplayer. I mean, outside of like mobile games, but I'm not gonna mention those. Like, you know, you've got your MOBAs tend to be free to play. You've got your card games that tend to be free to play. So, you know, you can play obviously League of Legends, you can play Dota, you can play Hearthstone, you can play Legends of Runeterra. They're all like, you know, extremely polished games that are kind of objectively good. Although obviously they're quite specific. Like, if you don't like those genres, and a lot of people don't, like, you know, you're not going to like those games. You know, they're PvP orientated. And so most genres, like say racing games, you don't really have free-to-play games because it doesn't really make sense. They make no money. So it's difficult to recommend a free-to-play game unless you specifically want to play a card game or a MOBA, or, you know, there's some free-to-play shooters out there, I believe. Oh, they're probably not the best shooters to play. If you just want to, I mean, like, if you want to check out loads of games for free, honestly, the best thing you could probably do is get Game Pass. So Game Pass is this Microsoft thing where it's like a monthly subscription, and you get access to tons of games during that subscription time. Okay, we got Germany. That is bad, and it looks like it's a bad Germany. So that's bad news. It's not the end of the world because we might still not get Japan. And if we don't get Japan, then that's still good. But this is off to a bad start. Oh, rain is going to be such a pain here. Yeah, so Game Pass gives you access to those games during the subscription period. And you can get a free trial basically. Oh right, you're only on PS4. Yeah, right, never mind. Yeah, because Game Pass also has PC games, so I'm thinking about PC games just naturally. Like, because console games, like console free to play is like basically not a thing. It's like, what free to play games exist on console? Like Rocket League? Is Rocket League free on console? I think it is. So like, but that's, I can't think of any others. So yeah, it's really going to be difficult to find any free-to-play games on PS4. You know, that are like top quality, that are really popular. Yeah, because like survival games are, they're almost all paid for, obviously. Valheim is the huge one that's just come out, but Rocket League, yeah. I've not played it that much. Only a little bit. Yeah, it's difficult to... Yeah, when you're all... Like, PC has a bit more choice in that kind of space. On console, you kind of got to pay for your games. It's kind of how it works. Obviously, if you've got PlayStation Plus, you can get free games via that, but I assume that you already know about that. So, oh yeah, Apex Legends is free to play. Yeah, that's a battle royale. Yeah, I totally, when I was listing off free to play games, I was like card games, MOBAs. Totally forgot about battle royale games. Yeah, battle royale games tend to also be free. You got Fortnite, which I'm sure you know about, but also Apex Legends, which is a bit more not Fortnite, but still a battle royale. Yeah, a lot of people really like it. Oh my god. So, yeah, there you go. I think that's probably the best suggestion I can come up with. Oh, this is a really bad line. Oh, these slaloms are extra tough on in the rain. God, this track, such a hard track, longest track in the game in the rain. Jeez, I did not need this right now. I really did not need this. Yeah, kind of same. I mean, like, I've streamed on and off for a really long time, but I've got back into streaming partly because of lockdown. It's just a fun thing to do. Okay, 415, that's kind of bad, but that's not atrocious. And now we've got the exact... What? We've got the exact same track again, also in rain again. Oh my lord. Are you serious? The game is trying to sabotage this run as best as it possibly can. It will fail. This run will get world record, but it's trying. Just casually just double of the slowest track in the game with the slowest weather standard. I mean, like, maybe it'll give us Finland with double of the fastest track in the game. Probably not, but it might do, and that would redeem itself. I'm really scared about that slalom again. It was so much harder than I expected. The rain makes a huge difference. Yeah. So I'm trying to beat the game as fast as I can. The category I'm doing is Group Group A, which is there's six careers in the game, and this is the last one. Oh my god! This is so ridiculous with the rain. Oh my god. Well, at least we didn't have to. It wasn't the worst thing ever. Bit late on the break in there, but it's fine. Fine in the end. Oh, I hate that. Hate that tombstone. Okay, that was a bit better, only 4 minutes. Jeez. Okay, I mean, we end with a hot queller, which is the fastest Gemmy track, so at least it throws a bone there. So, could be worse. This one should be mostly okay as well. Yeah, wow, this is a championship and a half. Literally. Oh, turned slightly too early. Those slaloms, man. Oh, a bit of oversteer because I brake too much. We can fully accelerate this bad boy. Yeah. So after this, we've got 10 tracks left. And we've got just under 40 minutes. Yeah, we got 40 minutes to do like 12 tracks or something. Sounds very doable. I mean, it's extremely doable. So what we want to see is Sardinia and Finland in the next two countries. If we get Sardinia and Finland, which is there's a 1 in 3 chance we get both of those, then booyah, we did it. We got the best luck possible. This Germany is fine. If we don't get Sardinia, then that's like average luck. Lose 2.5 minutes. If we don't get Finland, then that's super mega sucks. And I'll just be unhappy that the game gave us the worst possible RNG right at the end. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just like that coin, I'll be fine. Get stressed. What next run, Emmeline? I'm not doing this again. This run is cursed. Yeah, working from home is a bit of a pain. I've kind of got used to it over time. Oh my god! Get over the line! No, we need to recover. I was hoping I'd flip over the line. That was kind of bad. Okay, after this... Like god, this championship is so long. I've been in Germany for like 20 years. But luckily this one is not too bad. This should be a lot quicker, and the last one will be very quick, so... We're actually near the end of Germany now. Oh, this part's really scary though. I remember to brake for it. If I'd gone faster, I would have flipped out because of the giant hill. Oh, that kind of worked out, just about. Not a perfect line there, but good enough. When you're not in the rain, you can kind of just do whatever you want. That was a lot better. Yeah, that was... Some of these corners are pretty good. I like that, like... Luckily they aren't on like really steep slopes, so it's not too bad. That's less than clean. Oh, this is scary. Yeah, it's braking a little bit there. Okay, we're through, yeah, sweet. Fairly quick despite the mistakes. And this one will be dead quick, as you'll see. So this is the redemption of Germany, like Germany is just so slow, except for this track is really fast. It's actually still not as fast as, like, anywhere near as fast as the fastest Finland tracks, but it's so fast for Germany. Whenever you get Germany, you just pray that you get this track, and ideally you get 2 of it. If you get 2 of this track, it's like hell yeah. It's about 140. Let's brake a little bit. I'm not sure I needed to, but it's also definitely an easier German track than some of the others, which helps out quite a bit. None of those like tombstones lining the sides of the road. It's got a little bit of slaloming, so it's still not easy, but yep, see 140. Okay, alright, here we go. Finland or Sardinia. Not Japan. Just not Japan. Not Japan. Not Japan. Finland! Yes! We've got double of the slowest Finland track. So this is a slow Finland, but it doesn't matter. It makes the fact that it is Finland matters way more. So that's fantastic. That makes it impossible to have worst luck. Now, the only opportunities... So because we got Finland, we're either on best luck or we're on average luck. So the fact that we got Germany before is actually was like kind of more than cancelled out by this Finland. So yeah, this is great. This is a great run. There was only a single year, which was the second year, where we got like the worst country. We got Japan, when we would have liked, you know, any others. So we lost the coin flip. So this run is basically a 4 out of 5 coin flip run, which is hell yeah. That's all I gotta say. For a run this long, booyah. Welcome back. We are, as we finish this track, 9 tracks to go before the end of the run. Okay, Pallas Isia, Lampi. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty not great Finland, because we've got 2 of the worst tracks, so that's 2 6s, because there's 6 tracks and that's the worst. We got a 5 because we got Lampis, so, and then we do have this track, which is the second fastest track, so that's nice. That's a 2. The track we just did though, it's either a 3 or a 4. I can't remember. Let's just assume optimism and say that's a 3. So it's a 2 3 5 6 6. So as you can see, that's definitely below average. I imagine they were all like dice rolls, like a d6. If you rolled 2 3 5 6 6, you'd be like, wow, I rolled really high. Um, I probably won't be streaming tomorrow, no, because my goal for this weekend was to get all the world records in Art of Rally, and with this run, I have got them. So I've streamed a lot today. Like, I've streamed, like, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours now, but I actually streamed for 4 hours earlier today. So I actually was streaming for 6.5 hours today, which is probably the most I've ever streamed in a single day. So I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow, no. And I stream totally sporadically. I don't pretend to have any kind of schedule or anything. Just do it whenever I decide it's fun. See, so that's nice and fast. But now we're into the slow ones. So this would be... Oh, this is in the rain as well. So I haven't driven this track in a really long time because you always don't go for it. Like, if you get a Finland with this track, you don't take it. So I genuinely don't think I've driven this track in like ages. So I'm slightly scared to do it in the rain. The first time I've done it in ages, so I'm just going to try and concentrate here. Oh, that was close. Thanks, Cindy. Thing is though, Cindy, I don't need that luck because we've already done all of the important RNG rolls. We've got one left, which there's a 2.5 minute swing based on this one last lottery. It's whether we get Sardinia or whether we get Japan, but honestly, I don't really care because if we get Sardinia, that means this last year is perfect luck. If we get Japan, then it means it's average luck. So I'll take it. I'll take it either way, honestly. I'll take it. But it would be nice to get the perfect luck. And there's a it's 50-50 right now, so oh wow, we've got an amazing 7 viewers right now. Thanks so much. I guess everyone wants to hang out and watch this amazing world record. I'll see how good I can make it. This track hasn't been too bad. I was slightly worried it'd be really technical, but it's kind of long, but it's not been too crazy. Kind of handled it. Ooh, ooh, oversteer. Okay, not ideal. Just didn't go into that jump quite perfectly straight. We'll brake for this one. Learnt my lesson. Good stream, mate. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, Merlakin. Yeah, thanks. It's a really cool game. Yeah, I would recommend it. If you like Rally. And I don't think I'm amazing at this game. You know, I think if you put in a lot of work, you could definitely get quite a bit better than me. But I like to think I'm all right. Alright, here's another Lampy. I believe this is the track that was the very first track in this run. We've done this track many times. It loves to give us this track. Ooh. I don't know if the names of these tracks are actually like in good Finnish or not. I have genuinely no idea. They probably are. And Finnish is quite a strange language, so it's probably pronounced nothing like how I'm pronouncing them, but you know, it's funny to just guess how they're pronounced. Yeah, so this should be about a 240. Lampy's always around 240. It's got some challenging sections though, so we could lose some time. Yeah. Oh, do you speak some of the languages that the region names are in? Like, the German ones kinda look German to me. That's my that's the best I can do. The Sardinian ones kinda look Italian. That's all I know. Oh, sub 240. I'll take it. Alright, so we got the long track again in reverse. I can't remember what time we got on this. Was it around 3 minutes? I think anything sub 3 would be solid. Whoa, that's a scary jump. I brake as soon as I saw the jump. I braked really hard, but it just like that's borderline unfair. You need to like brake before you see it. I'm not gonna get a sub 3 now, I don't think, but it's okay. Oh, there's a thing on the front of my car. Let's see how long we can keep this on for. Oh no, there it goes. See you later. That was fun. I'm not going to fully accelerate into that. That sounds like a great way to die. That was quite a good corner. Quite enjoyed that one. Let's yeah, this is quite a fun track, other than that stupid jump at the start. Kind of a shame I don't get to do it very often. I really like the look of Finland. I think Finland is probably my favourite country how it looks. I really like how it looks. I just really like the green, really. Just it's very, very lush. It's very nice. But I like all of them, to be honest. Maybe not Germany. Germany's just a bit dry. No offense, Germany. Hasn't got quite the same level of picturesqueness of... Oh, Sardinia looks really good there. Sardinia with the yellow. Nah, Sardinia might have to be my favourite. Sardinia, Finland, definitely a top 2. Japan, I mean Japan is very cool. I would respect people if that was their favourite, but I'm not as big of a fan as the more as I think Japan probably looks cooler than Norway. The snow does look good, but it's not quite on the same level, so I go Japan then Norway, and then Germany last. Cones, get out of here. Yeah, so not sub 3. If we hadn't got that crash, it would have been very close though. Okay, here we go. Last coin flip. 2.5 minutes in it. Sardinia. Sardinia. Oh, Japan. Alright. Alright. Average luck. Average luck. So, we got Japan. So we lost 2.5 minutes here right at the end, but in a freaking over 2-hour run, what can you expect? That's fine. So 5 tracks to go till we're done. So this is this Mount Osama? I'm slowly learning the tracks, just off how they look. No, I'm not sure it is Mount Osama. It might be. Mount Osama has really narrow roads, just like this. It might be. Oh, oh no. There we go, it's fine. Ooh, something caught my back tyre, but we didn't spin out, so it's all fine. A bit wide on that. It's so much more challenging when you've got the tight track. There's not many courses that have roads this tight. It makes it feel very claustrophobic, very challenging to stick on the roads. Okay. Oh, I'm getting tired. Streaming for 6.5 hours definitely takes it out of you. Over 6.5 hours now. Power on through. Hard brake there. One last slalom. Oh no! We haven't messed that up all day. That slalom in particular. We've done it a whole bunch of times. Okay, it was okay. Okay time in the end. Let's have a look at this Japan. No, that was a Nasu Highland. Oh, exact same track in reverse. Nasu Highland is an okay track though. It's an above average Japan track, I'm pretty sure, so it's getting 2 of it, I'm perfectly happy with. Four tracks to go. That was dangerous. I was watching that rock being like, I hope my car lands before I hit that rock. Okay. Okay. Still a very fun track though. Quite liking the music as well. Just gotta get around these last corners. And then... yeah, there we go. Okay, 3 tracks. 235. Solid Nasty Highlands. Mount Haruna. I cannot remember how fast this track is, but it's apparently shorter than Nasty Highland, and it's on the road. Much wider roads as well. That's good to see. I think it's only a Sama Mountain and Natsu Highland that has the really narrow roads for Japan. Oh, drift tapped that sign. This is a fairly challenging set of switchbacks. This is probably not the fastest track since it's making me do so many slow switchbacks. Eat it sign. Get out of the way, people. Ooh, that's a tricky corner. Braked enough though. Another example of a hill corner. To brake way more because it's on top of a hill. How are we doing for time? We've got, okay, 10 minutes. Yeah, so it seems like we have lost actually quite a bit of our lead. Yeah, which actually makes sense. So on my PB, I did this cup first, so I basically kind of reset on it. Like, basically, you know, if it wasn't good, I just reset, whereas this we're just taking whatever we get, so it makes sense we'd lose time. I was expecting to only lose about 2.5 minutes though, which would mean that we'd come like 7 minutes under, but it looks like we've lost more than that, which is kind of a shame. Hey Flap, not very much, we've only got 2 tracks left. So we did get Japan. Sorry, we did. Yeah, so we did get Japan. So we got Germany and Japan at the end here, which is not perfect, but it could have been worse because we did get Finland. So it's Sardinia that we didn't get. So we'd probably be almost done now if we'd got Sardinia. But that is okay. I was hoping to try and get like 10 minutes under my PB. That's clearly not happening because it's already only 9 minutes left, so it's not going to be as big of a record as I thought it was going to be, but it is still going to be a record. We're going to obviously finish these tracks in, 8 minutes. Neither of these tracks are anywhere near 4 minutes long. I think we just got quite bad track RNG in this cup as well. Like, we had that Finland that was quite below average. We had the Norway, which was also was below average. I think our the Germany was really bad. As I talked about, we had double the slowest track, double in the rain. Like, that's going to cost us sometimes. All those things have kind of eaten into our lead considerably. But not enough to kill it. Nowhere near enough to kill it, in fact. Ooh, get back on the road there. Yeah, so it's definitely a shame to get this last cup like this, but it's not. It really could be worse, so. Yeah, and I was thinking about, like, I did kind of lose this coin flip, because the real coin flip is, like, do you get, like, because the 50-50 is, do you get both of Japan and Germany? That's what's 50-50, and we did get both of those, so we did lose that. So I think this run is better described as 3 out of 5 coin flips, which is, basically average, slightly above average, which is exactly what I needed. So one more track, Mount Haruna, 4.5 miles, so it shouldn't be the longest. And then once we're done, we're done. Whoa! What the hell? I'm actually pretty upset about that. I was clearly driving on the road, and my front bumper must have just hit the road, so the road just must undulate way too sharply there, and my front bumper just hit the road and then just spun me out. That's not really fair. Come on, game. Yeah, that was the sharp hill corner that I mentioned when I went over it before. Very difficult corners there, but got through it. Wall turn. Broke my traction though, which really made it difficult to get around that corner. I need to be a lot more gentle in braking into these corners. If I break my traction, then you just can't get around hairpins. Like that. That's much smoother. That's much better. That was close, but optimal. Coming up to the end. Get round. Last corner. Boom. Okay, time is when the menu gives it back to me. As soon as these menus are done. And time. Oh, there we go.